this song was originally on his second album, which was a flop, and the original version on there is a little more low-key, him singing on a lower register, and then this live version is from 1980, in between The River and Born in the USA and Nebraska and all that.
Gotcha.
And the difference in the arrangement is Roy Bittan's on piano, who was not on the original because he was in the band yet, but he's doing this kind of slip note piano playing that's on Backstreet's Thunder Road, all these other songs that became part of Bruce's signature sound at the time.
Gotcha.
And this was one of the first songs I heard it on too, because like when I was really getting into Bruce, I heard the live album and a lot of that stuff first. And the thing about Bruce too is at least up until like The River or Born in the USA, the live versions were always better than the album versions, just because like they were a band, they were a bar band, they were a band that stretched things out and brought the energy more live. And so I always recommend like all the songs off Born to Run and Darkness, like when you hear the live versions on the tour, that's what converts you. That's what converted me.
Were those coming out at that time that they took place in? Like, was he releasing live albums during that time? Or
he was
that
not,
all
but like he almost single-handedly invented the bootleg industry in the late 70s, because his fans were the one really starting to spread that around. You know, he was a guy who would change up set list every night, bring in different covers. He wasn't the Dead would be completely different every night, but like they were different enough, and he would do all the talking between the songs, and so you'd have these magic moments that only happened unique to that show.
Cool.
You know?
Yeah.
And so his live shows were legendary. The bootlegs were legendary. You'd say like you have to hear this show and that.
So it was more like bootlegs were happening, but then he wasn't officially releasing them until later
he
in
refused.
His
Like people were like, please release an live album for years.
So he'd been asked, and he was like,
absolutely.
No. He's like, no, wait for it. Okay.
Yeah. So when he finally did put out a live album, it was post Born in the USA, and he thought to follow up Born in the USA, this huge album, I'll put out a 3 CD live box set, right? And then I'll pick and choose from all these different eras. And what he also did was he brought in Max Weinberg to overdub all the drums too. That's why like this song Sandy, the live version has that 80s snare on there.
So that's him doing an overdub.
I mean, if you listen to the original live tapes, it's the same part.
Right.
But he's just like doubling like I have you do in the studio of like the bass and kick. So I mean, this is a very long song lyrically, and it has layers to it. It's just like Shakespearean in its scope, kind of like what's going on and what's happening, what he's thinking, and gives me insight to like who he is, and especially connecting to girls in their summer clothes. And then the sex in here too, just like there's again you're in the room for a lot of it. The girls unsnapping their jeans, and
the guys are taking off their shirts too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's closer to the opening of the song, right? I'm just remembering. He's like, the guys.
There's a great sex joke too, where he talks about being on the tilt-a-whirl. The Joey kept me spinning. The Joey's the guy who operates it.
Oh, okay.
And then he says, "I didn't think I'd ever get off." You know, 'cause he's on it with her, so it's a pretty good joke. Yeah,
that's a good joke, Bruce. Like you said, he's taking it up to the line, maybe going slightly over it, but not too far.
Yeah,
but further than a lot of people are going.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's cool. I also was getting Grease vibes. Is that
right? Because the song it was written before Grease.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's hard not to think about that with all the 50s associations.
Yeah.
I had a feeling you'd bring that up, actually. Here he's describing in greater detail that boardwalk vibe you're talking about. All the details that are real from the Asbury Park boardwalk, Madame Marie, that line, the cops finally busted Madame Marie for telling fortunes better than they do. That's there. And then the line about getting the girls to unsnap their jeans. That's such an evocative thing. It's like as a teenager, like, how far can you go with this person, right?
That's like our song of the
day.
Week. And like
follow, check out our link tree for full playlists for all the songs of the day we've done so far.